have this friend of mine who is from an Indian background.
Yeah.
And because her parents were very like, you know, you have to get married by this age in the 20s as an Indian woman, like they say that it's too, you know, you have to.
Expectation.
And so for her, what she sat with her parents and she made it very clear. She said, you guys have chosen everything for me since I was young. This one, we have to agree to disagree on this particular one. I will marry the man that I choose. And if it means rejection from you, that let it be.
That's fine.
I love you guys, you're my parents and I respect you, but let it be.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can change the narrative.
No, that's good.
But I also feel, to get back to what Jess is saying, I also feel some people will, an obligation is there. Like your life gets threatened. Your life gets threatened because of that. Oh, you don't have finances to do that. So some women will jump.
You just have to.
Into marriages because that's
To
where
meet their needs.
to meet their needs, because that's how they feel. That's the only way, and it's very, you know, it's very prevalent these days with the lack of opportunities.
I guess that's where I'm probably gonna say, you know, there's difference between where we're coming from and where we're living right now. Because here, when you can actually hear young people saying, I don't want to get married, and that's fine. Like you view it from a new perspective, you know, compared to where we're from. You know, a friend of mine said to me while I was at uni, she's like, oh, I don't want to have kids. I looked at her, I was like, okay, that's fine, good on you, girl, you know what I mean? But if I have heard that back home, like, you know, I would have been like, it's a bizarre abomination. You know what I mean? So that's...
And I was going to say, we also have to look at the age we're living in, that things are changing with the influences that you're having in. So I feel like even back home, for me, in Rwanda, there's like a lot of girls or young girls and young men who are sort of just saying it's seen as rebelling, but it's not rebelling. You're exercising your human rights, your choice. This is my choice. And I guess it is a privilege to have a choice.
I wish
it is a privilege. In some places it is.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
Because at the end of the day, you're going on a journey, and that's also going to bring me to a question here: does marriage lead to happiness?
Oh, that's a good one.
Does it lead to happiness, guys? Talk about it.
I feel like marriage, well, I'm not married myself, but I feel like marriage is not the source of happiness. And the reason is because as we all know, like we are told as women, empowered women, we need to be happy first before we find that person. We need to be happy, we need to be whole, so that when we meet that person, we're sort of giving a whole part of us. Because what if we go in there and expect, you know, happiness, expect him to buy you, you know, maybe your love language is roses and you're expecting roses, but all he does, he comes and gives you a hug and you're like, this is not happiness to me, you know? This is not happiness.
So that's where expectation and reality comes into it. Because we all have what we have on our minds, you know, before going into marriage. And just like you said initially, that we have an idea of what we expect in marriage, but it doesn't always come that way. You don't always find it that way. So just like you said, marriage is not an assurance to happiness.
Not everybody knows that though. I think most of us actually assume marriage will give you that happiness that you're looking for. But at the end of the day, then you're going to question, why are people, you know, jumping out? Because a lot of people are jumping out of the marriage.
It still comes down to the expectation and reality. You have to be happy before going in. What are you expecting? Is it meeting your expectation? And everything still comes back to love, just like I said. It comes back to love. You know, you've decided and made a commitment to stay with this person no matter what. You've decided to walk through whatever comes your way. So when things get difficult, you're you know, willing to walk through the difficulties.
Dr. Diola, I guess, I mean, we don't have time now, but it would have been nice for you to actually give us a definition. No, I'm actually wanting to know a definition of love, because she's talking about love a lot. And I know love fades from what I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this whole love thing can fade somewhere down the line. So it would have been nice for, you know, you to give us a little understanding of what love.
Now we'll hold that, and then we'll go on break. And when we come back, we will get into that topic about love. Is marriage really, is it all about love? Is it all about happiness, and why? So we'll get Dr. Diola to give us more tips and to, you know, share her story with us. So stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly. So still we're rolling on the topic of marriage, expectations versus reality. And with us is Dr. Diola, who will share with us, like, obviously before you got married, Deola, you had your expectations of happiness, the white dress, the ring, and you also got into it and found that some of the expectations were probably not what you thought.
True, yeah.
So how do you juggle between the expectations that you had before you got married and now? And also, how do you deal with the things, the shortcomings of the expectations?
Thank you. So for me, growing up in, a Christian, really strict family. So I'm the first and the only daughter in a family of 3 children. So I've got 2 brothers. And I grew up in this kind of home where, you're like formal. My mom is like a nurse. She's retired now. Rules and regulations, don't go out, no makeup. You have to dress this way and all of that. So for me, getting married, of course, I met my husband when I was 21. And I introduced him to my mom and my family. So we were dating when I was in medical school. And for me, because of the restriction, don't go out, you have to take permission before going for a party and all of that. For me, marriage was like an escape route for me. So I was like, oh, please come marry me out of this house. And let me be free from this woman and this man, from all of these rules and regulations. So that was a top thing for me. And for me, of course, I dated my husband for a couple of years before we got married. So for me, I was just looking forward to being Mrs. Obatayo, looking forward to that wedding day. So for me, it was like, oh, I'm just going into this life of freedom, where I don't have restrictions, where I don't have mom and dad, ruling out rules for me and regulations. But getting into marriage, I saw that, I met that it wasn't gonna be all freedom. I still had somebody to account to. He is my friend, but he's my husband.
Way.
Yes, in a different way, yes. Because of course, my marriage is a Christian marriage, and of course, the word of God, which I operate, tells me to submit to my husband, and that my husband should love me, which I think is more difficult. Yeah, but so I'm meant to submit to him. Of course, I'm not a slave. He loves me, but I'm still under authority. So he's the man over my house, he's the father of my children. So I started realizing that. It's not all of the things I thought about. It's not all bed of roses. And I had a lot of things to learn along the way. And having a man is like having someone to, train you, to teach you. The way I viewed things were not the way he viewed things. And, we had to walk through this. And, I grew up in a kind of home where, you don't really talk much. Even if you're not like too happy with, things, you just kind of walk through it. But my husband did not have that kind of experience. So he grew up in a kind of environment where you talk, So I had to learn that. When you're not happy with something, get a way to talk about it and kind of iron it. So, having someone to teach you and walk you through all of these things does help as well. And that's how I've lived, with my husband for the last 10 years.
Wow,
pretty much.
Yes. That's a lot.
She's
a
long
prof.
time.
She's
a prof. Oh my God.
Unlike us. Getting so much
we run away.
So just tell us.
You
seem to be rolling with so much.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? What's your thought about it? Tell us your story.
Well, I guess my story was quite different, I would tell you. So I had no expectation when I was growing up. You know how we young girls will start thinking about, oh, I can't wait to get married. Wear those wedding gowns and look beautiful. I had no thought about marriage, never. I was just all about career. I want to be the next Stephanie Okereke on television. That was just all for me. But marriage came and just grabbed me. It grabbed me like that and it flew me. And also, because I married a different culture as well, being white, it's quite different. So it didn't actually feel like I was married. It was just like, I don't know, they've got a completely different culture. So I felt like I was still single sort of thingy. Like, you're married, but you're allowed to wear whatever. There was no rules, there was no restrictions, there was nothing. I was just as free as a girl till today. So when we talk about, okay, so why did you leave? Because if I'm going to say, why did you leave? Not everybody can handle some baggages. And like I said, marriage comes with a lot of bag. It can be heavy for those people who is not ready to handle heavy stuff. So I guess it takes really strong-hearted people to navigate through marriage.
And I guess marriage is a school as well. It's a learning, it's a learning place. You learn a lot of things. There is no way you would know everything about what you're going to experience in marriage.
No.
So you learn a lot of things. And you would be lucky if you marry someone that is ready to nurture you, to teach you, to help you go through, all of the things that you would face. I mean, there's different phases to it. There will be the childbearing phase as a woman. You look after the family. It's quite large. It's quite complex, and you need a supportive man. You need the help of God as well.
And someone said that you actually get to spend more time with your husband than you do with your parents, which I agree.
Oh yes, for the rest of your life. Yes.
Yep. Yes, Linda, as a single woman. Yes. What are your thoughts about? What are your?
She's never loved.
We'll get into.
that one.
How does that feel, Joe? Yeah. Because I started dating when I was 21, and it was the same man. The same man, and I got married. So how does it feel being single?
And what are your expectations?
I'm also 21, but my expectation is that if I get in a relationship, whether it's not even marriage, but just a simple relationship, you need to come in with a man, or I don't know, whatever happens. Whatever happens, happens. But I want you to see me as a whole person, and I'm going to see you as a whole person, and we're coming together and creating something special. And I'm not, for me, I'm not going to submit to, I'm not religious, to be honest. So I'm just like, when I hear submission, I just hear slavery. I'm like, nah. But you explained it yourself, because I know there's people who actually are in happy, very, very religious relationships and marriages, and they're happy and they're good. But it's not for everyone. So for me, that's not a thing for me. So I want someone who I can learn from you, but you can also learn from me, and you respect me. So it's vice versa. And we're friends.
People should just be allowed to do what they want. Like you said, I love that. It's not for everyone.
It's not for
me.
That's why it's a choice.
It's a choice. It's not for us.
I see. There's a lot of differences here, but the one thing I think we agree on is that the expectations should be matched to the reality. We should not be married to the expectations. That's the one thing that I've gotten from everybody. Because the expectations change within time. 21, you had expectations at 18. I probably have expectations. So we all change. So it's the fluidity, and just, as you said so well, Diola, it's about that learning and being in that school, communicating, and learning to take one day at a time. Yes, that's so important. Thank you so much for sharing, ladies.
Wow. Good.
From
a lot of expectation to no expectation. Yes.
It's no joke. So, all right, we'll take a break now. And when we come back, we're going to be playing a game. And Diola, we'll have to put you on the spot for this one. Because you're our beautiful guest. We couldn't let you go without hearing something about you. Come prepared. There you go. Jess has your back. And maybe we don't. So when we come back, we will play the game. Stay with us, and we'll be back shortly on the Nzuri Show. With our guest today, Diola, we're going to be playing a game.
Oh, yes.
So this game...
I'm ready.
You ready? Are you ready? Okay. We've got 30 seconds, and you're allowed to spy online. Okay?
I don't have my phone.
Okay. No spying.
No
spying. We're old school. Okay. So we sit here
and...
brain cells. But we'll give you a few seconds, all right? So the first question is, what does the word Nzuri mean?
Or what do you think?
And what language is it?
I'm probably just going to guess.
Guess.
Maybe a language from Nigeria.
Guess number 2.
Come on, we're going to disappear this lady from Nigeria. That doesn't sound like us.
Zimbabwe.
Keep going. Keep going.
No, she's allowed only 2 guesses.
South Africa.
Okay, that's enough of the country.
Now we might have to go to the 51 countries at this point. All right. So
what are your final 2? What are your final 2 countries that you're putting down?
So Kenya.
And
Zimbabwe.
Okay.
And then what does it mean? What do you think it means? Just guess.
Guessy.
Yeah.
What the word Nzuri means?
Nzuri.
Think about our vibe tonight, because that's what we're trying to channel.
What do you see?
That's a bit hard too.
I guess we did enough to kind of
to give you clues. We've been trying to give you clues the whole time.
Marriage? No.
No.
Happiness.
Okay.
Keep
Keep
going.
Other things to do with happiness.
You're getting hot.
You know when you're in the mirror and you're telling yourself, I am smart.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Oh,
that was
Linda, no.
But she got the countries wrong.
Yes,
Well, she got
okay.
one.
We give you
She
for
got the
that one.
countries
One.
Yeah, 'cause she said
After
Kenya
Kenya,
and-
we still got the Kenya.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're gonna say now.
Swahili.
Yes, Nzuri is definitely Kenyan, not Kenyan, but it's a Swahili
Swahili, yeah.
word. A lot of East African countries speak Swahili.
Yes.
And it means beautiful, it means good, it means lovely. Anything that's Nzuri, it's something that's good.
Good in
And
life.
that's what we try to amplify.
I'm going to have that in mind.
The
Words
beautiful
now.
one is my favorite part, because we're
Yeah.
all beautiful.
Yes, we're all Nzuri.
Yes.
Nzuri, yeah. So when you see us next time, guys, you think of Nzuri. Thank you guys for watching. Please let us know what your take is on this subject by leaving a comment in the comment section. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss an episode. As David Willis noted, great marriages don't just happen by luck or by accident. They are a result of consistent investment of time, thoughtfulness, forgiveness, affection, prayer, mutual respect, and a solid rock commitment between a husband and a wife. Until next time, do have a lovely week.